Hi everyone, my name's Ebony and welcome back to another weekly vlog.
Think I know you better to forget her. Certain people made for running. Think I need you more than let you know I'm bored and tell me this means more than nothing.
Today is actually Tuesday. I didn't vlog really any on Sunday because I worked from 10:30 to like 6. And then from 6 to the time I went to bed, which was like 8:39, I cleaned my dorm because it was gross and it was bothering me. So I really didn't do much on Sunday. Yesterday, our friend Faith, Will's here, came and we took some like B-roll footage, some pictures for a future intro that I'm working on. And I don't know, we were having a fun time doing like a photo shoot kind of thing. And so I will like put in some of that footage here just so you can see kind of what we did. So yeah, today's Tuesday. We were at home because Faith wanted to go swimming mostly, and so I was like, well, the best place is at my house since I live on a lake and a river. And so then she met us at my house, and now we are headed back to Omaha. I'm still working on my audiobook for The Lost Apothecary. I almost said Apocalypse. I'm gonna probably listen to that right now as we're driving because it's due in a couple of hours, but I'm at like 70%, so I should be able to finish it before it gets returned. So I'm gonna do that now. Hi everyone, ignore my like crazy frizzy hair and my weird tank top. I just took a bath, so my hair is kind of frizzed from the humidity. And I just wanted to throw on some comfy clothes because I'm not feeling the best. Earlier today, I finished the audiobook for The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. It was alright. I'm kind of like have lukewarm feelings on it. I think that's just because it's like more magic and fantasy based than I usually prefer. I did really like, it was told in dual timeline, and I really liked the like current timeline of the main character trying to solve like the mystery of what happened to the lost apothecary. And plus I didn't really like the narrator for the past timeline. I don't know, she sounded like an old lady and I didn't really like care for that. I gave it 3 stars, and that was my first book for the Studio Ghibli readathon. And speaking of which, I'm currently working on that video right now. It's rendering. That's my June Plan With Me Studio Ghibli based bullet journal spreads, which will be up by the time you're seeing this because I'm putting it up tomorrow. So yeah, I finished one of the prompts for that. And actually, I sat there and I decided maybe I wanted to include every book that I've read in June for this and just see how many things on the bingo card I can fill up. Because my original plan is I wanted to like read 5 different books that would get me a bingo, and then also do the 3 prompts for Kiki's delivery service. And so like you'll see all those prompts in my bullet journaling video. But then I was looking at the bingo sheet and I realized I had read The Selection and Malibu Rising in June. And so I was like, well, those I can use for prompts as well. So I went through and I like saw what I could use them for the prompts, and they helped me a little bit. So I think I'll still, because like some of the books I read this month will not be for the Studio Ghibli readathon. So if I do read books that I didn't initially plan for specifically for this TBR, I'll probably still count them toward the bingo card just to see how many I can fill up in the month. So while I was in the bath, I started listening to the audiobook for Leaving Is Not the Hardest Thing, and I forget what the author's name is. Lauren Hugh. I think this is like a collection of essays or like creative nonfiction memoir-y type stuff. So I'm kind of not vibing with it right now. Maybe that's just because I don't feel the greatest. This book I decided to pick up because it's doing really well at the store, and so I was like, oh, this is a popular book that I should read. I'm 22% in. I don't know. I'm just not like connecting with it. And usually I do well with memoirs or like creative nonfiction, but I don't know. Oh, another weird thing that happened was before I got in the bath, I got like logged out of my Instagram, my bookstagram, and they were like, your account has been closed or whatever, not closed, but like I can't log into it because of suspicious activity. And I was like, what's suspicious activity, sir? So I'm trying to get back into it. The problem is I made it with an email that I no longer have access to, because it was like my high school email, and when I graduated high school they deleted those email accounts, and I never like changed the email, so now I have to go through like customer service and like all that crap. So I've been working on that as well. Hi everyone, happy Wednesday. I spent about 4 hours trying to log in to my bookstagram to no avail, and I also spent like 3 more hours this morning trying to figure it out. It's not working. I can't get in. It's not letting me, and the customer service is shite and it's not helpful. They tell me to give them information, I give it to them, and they're like, sorry, we can't help you. And I'm like, thanks, that's great. It's perfect news. And of course, like, the thing that makes me really angry is that I have 3 Instagram accounts. Well, 4 now, because I made like a temporary one in hopes that my one, I'll eventually be able to get back into the one. I don't know. But I did make a temporary one just to like tell my friends and stuff, like, hey, I can't access my Instagram right now. And if by the end of the week, by the time I'm editing this vlog, if I still can't get into the old one, I will link the new one down below. It's exactly the same username, except there's an underscore at the very end. And worst comes to worst, I will just try to repost, maybe not all of my posts, because some of them are cringy anyway, but maybe like my more recent ones, the ones that I like. And then also, I like, that makes me so angry because I have all these highlight stories that, I mean, like, I keep track of the books I read in my highlight stories. I mean, I use Goodreads too and everything, but I like to keep track of it in my highlights as well, and now I can't access that, which means I would have to basically repost about 120 stories from last year and then 60 plus from this year, just for the books I read, not including the fact that I have a highlight story for all the graphics I make for my videos, I have a highlight story shouting out to my favorite YouTubers, like all of these things I would have to repost and remake into highlight stories, and that sounds like so much work and I don't want to do it. So I really hope that Instagram can figure its shit out and I can get back into my freaking Instagram account. Oh, but the thing that makes me mad is that I have 3 Instagrams, not including the new one I just made, and the other 2, if this had happened to the other 2, I would have been fine with it. One of them is my personal one, which I barely post on. It's just like my friends and family, and there's like, I don't know, like a dozen photos on it, not that many. And so like, even if I did have to like make a new personal one, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. The other one is a book club one that book club isn't really meeting anymore, so like I don't even use it anyway. Of course it would happen to the one Instagram that I use the most often, literally like every other day when I post a video, I'm posting on that Instagram. Like, that is the Instagram I use. I have 2,000 plus followers, I have 150 plus posts on that Instagram. Like, are you kidding me? It had to be this one. So I'm just like really frustrated. If you couldn't tell. The biggest issue is that I can't access the email that I made that account with because it was my high school email, and when I graduated they deleted that email, and I never thought to like look and change the email or anything like that. I didn't even realize that it was connected to that email until yesterday when it decided to lock me out because of suspicious activity, which is fun. I can't get the security code because they're emailing it to an email that doesn't exist. And so if you go to the help center, they tell you to, like, when you log in, hit like need more help, and then it'll like take you to a screen where you fill out like your issue and like information about that. And then after you do that, it takes you to a screen that has you like, it like scans your face, you have to like look certain ways to get it to realize you're not a robot, I think. I don't really know. And I have done that. Not once, not twice, but probably 20 plus times. Every single time I do that step and I submit, I hit the submit, and like it would in a perfect world take me to the next thing that would help me get my account back. Every single time I submit it, the app crashes and it's like, Instagram stopped. And I've reported that to like 5+ times because I'm just so frustrated. And I even tried on my laptop, it doesn't take me to that screen. On Will's phone, it doesn't take me to that screen. On Will's phone, it's like, if I do the exact same things I do on my phone to get there, on Will's phone, if I click like need more help, it just takes me to the help center. And I'm like, but the help center says to click need more help and then do what the screen says after that, but it takes me to the help center. Like, it's so freaking stupid. And I tried calling them. They're like, we can't take calls right now. You can leave a voicemail. And I tried to leave a voicemail and it hung up on me. I tried emailing them. They said that that email does not exist anymore. Or not that it doesn't exist, but it like doesn't, I don't know, they don't support it or something. Eventually I did get to a place where after I filled out the thing about my issues, one of the times it did send me an email from like Facebook, and they were like, what's your issue? Explain this. What's your username? What's the email? What are past usernames? When was the last time you could access it? And I like filled out all the information, typed out a freaking novel of like all the issues that I'm having. Sorry, someone's blowing leaves, so you can probably hear that. And they're like, okay, here's a code, not the code that I need to get into my account, but a different code, and they're like, hand write this on a piece of paper along with your username and your full name. Take a picture of yourself with your hand and your face in the shot and have it be a JPEG, have it be clear, not dark, blah, 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 blah. I did all of that. I've done that twice now, because only twice have I gotten that specific email, because they don't send it to me every time for some reason. I don't know. It's like totally automated probably, and it doesn't freaking work. And so I've done that twice. And the first time it was like, we can't help you. You didn't send us the right thing, even though I did, and I showed Will. Can you not blow leaves right now? Even though I did everything it wanted me to do. And it was like, we can't help, sorry. And then the second time it was like, you didn't send the right information. Make sure you send these things. And I was like, I did, but I resent, like I took a better picture, resent it again, and it was like, that's not the right information. We can't help you. Sorry. And I'm like, what do you want from me? Like, I literally did everything you asked. My face is in it. Like, basically my entire upper body is in it. You could see my hand. I wrote it out as clearly as physically possible on a piece of freaking paper. What do you want from me? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I've even tweeted them. Like, I don't know how to fix this. And I'm so frustrated. And then one time, one of the emails that they sent me was like, click this and reset your password and then log in. And I'm like, the password's not the problem, it's the email that's the problem. And it won't let me log in without giving the security code that they're sending to my email. And I can't access that email. It doesn't exist. When I try to log in, it does say it's temporarily locked. So maybe if I just wait long enough, it'll get to a point where I can log in again. I don't know. I hope so. But I don't know. I'm so frustrated. Hello everyone, happy Thursday. So it's about 10:30 right now, and my like only goal today is to film and edit tomorrow's video, which is my May wrap up. Hopefully by the time this vlog is up, you will have seen that already. So if you missed it, go check it out. But I do have to work from 3 to 7. So, and then tomorrow I have to work from 11 to 8 or 8:30ish because we have to close. So like, I don't have time tomorrow to film or edit that, so I need to do it today, or just get as much done as possible today. Because I mean, I would have maybe a little bit of time in the morning, but not much. The reason why I've been putting off filming this is because I have to do bullet journal pages before I can film that, because I do like a wrap-up page. Here, I'll show you like my April wrap-up page. Yeah, so this is my April wrap-up page, and it's like the books that I read in April. And so I usually show that in my wrap-up video, and I don't have that page done yet. So that's the main reason I've been putting off filming this video, but I want to put it up tomorrow. First things first, I need to go to the store because I usually use tape to like tape in the pictures, but I might buy a glue stick because I'm out of tape. So like I need to go to the store. If I'm gonna use tape, I have to get tape because I don't have any tape. Or maybe I'll buy a glue stick. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll buy both. And then I need to go to somewhere on campus that has a printer, because in the past when I've done these pages, I just printed in my dorm because my roommate had a printer, but I don't live with her anymore. So I need to go somewhere that has a printer so I can print the page that I use to make my wrap-up page. That is the plan today. Store first, printing first, do bullet journal, film, start editing if I have time. Hopefully it won't take me forever to do all of these things.
I never think, I never know, I'm stuck and left alone.
Hello, I'm back from the store and I'm going to do a quick haul for you before I leave again to go do the printing that I need to do. So while I was at the store, I got tortillas because we're almost out and I eat tortillas like crazy. I got coffee creamer. This is caramel macchiato because I've been drinking a lot of coffee lately. Got more salsa. I got the tape that I needed. This is actually a 4-pack, so I won't run out anytime soon. And then the last thing I got, did I need it? Probably not. Did I want to try it? Yes. I got a marker board calendar sort of thingy because I want to do sticky notes for planning videos, or maybe even just writing it. Basically, this YouTuber I watch, Marissa Nicole, she used to use a marker board like this, a calendar, and like put sticky notes of like her videos of when they need to go up. That way if she needs to rearrange, she can just move the sticky notes. I've tried so many different ways to like plan my videos. I used to do like an Excel spreadsheet. It doesn't really work for me. I tried writing it in my planner, but that doesn't work either because I'm constantly having to move stuff around. So I thought that maybe this would be better because I can move it. And so I don't know, I might just go with sticky notes the way that she did it, or I might just write it on there. I mean, it's a marker board, I can erase it. So I will hang this up later. I'm not gonna do it right now because right now I have to go print some stuff. Okay, so I'm back from printing. So I got the paper. The photos down here are from the month and they go on my memories page. I've talked about it a lot if you watch my bullet journaling videos. And then the photos up here are the books for my wrap-up page. So the wrap-up page is the one that's important right now, but I print both at the same time because I need them. So I'm going to work on my wrap-up page right now. And while I do that, I'm going to tell you a bit about the books I'm reading, or books I have read. So I did start The Girls at 17 Swan Street yesterday. I literally only read like 5 pages because I had to go to work. While I was at work yesterday, I shelved the book that was called Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs, I think is the title. I'll pop up a picture so you can see like the actual title and the author because I can't remember the author's name. But I saw that at the store and it was nonfiction and it was like a mortician answering questions that people have about like death and corpses and how the science of like decaying goes and all that jazz. And I thought it was really cool looking. And I mean, kind of macabre, but like I'm kind of into that kind of thing. And so I was like, huh. So I read like the first 2 pages while I was at work because we were really slow. And I was like, I actually really like the writing style of this and it's a really interesting topic. And so I saw that I could get it on audiobook, because if I couldn't get it on audio, I was going to staff it out, which is like checking it out kind of. But I saw I could get it on audiobook, so I was like, oh, I'll just do that. So the like second I left work, I started that audiobook, and the audiobook was only like 4 or 5 hours, so it wasn't very long. And I read it last night. I didn't get off work till like 8:30, so it was kind of late already. And I actually fell asleep listening to it, and then this morning I finished it. So that was a really quick book. and it was very interesting. Basically, it was just like questions people ask about how dead bodies work, or common questions that the author gets, and then she like basically answers it. Like, it's scientific, but it's also like not like too hard to understand. It's not like you have to have a degree in studying anatomy in order to understand it. Like, she explained it in like ways that would make sense, and also she like taught me a lot about how decaying works and all that kind of stuff. And she was really funny. Like, the writing style was like a perfect combination of like a macabre sort of topic, but there was like humor involved, so you didn't get like too creeped out or like grossed out or weirded out or any of those things. And there was a lot of really interesting things, a lot of like hypothetical things that I'm assuming people ask, like what happens if someone dies in space, like stuff like that, like things that you wouldn't really think about, and then she talks about it and you're like, wow, that's actually really interesting, I never thought of that. There was a chapter about Siamese twins or conjoined twins, which like in most cases with conjoined twins, if one twin dies, the other dies. And like she talked about like famous conjoined twins in history, and like the times where like if they did attempt to separate the twins, like how that went and stuff. And I don't know, it was just really interesting. I really enjoyed it. I actually gave it 5 stars because like it was super quick. Definitely like one of those books you could read in one sitting. Like, I basically read it in one sitting, but like I do that a lot with audiobooks. But I feel like even if you were reading it physically, you could probably read it in one sitting. So I'm also listening to the audiobook for Leaving Is Not the Hardest Thing. And that audiobook I had started the other night, and it is due in a couple of hours here. So that's why I was like, oh, I need to finish that before it gets returned. And I think I'm like almost 90% done with it, so I should be able to finish it before it's returned. But she also grew up in a cult. So there's a lot of like really interesting like ways that has affected her life sort of thing in this book. Yeah, it is nonfiction, so like, I think it's a memoir or something like that. My issue with the audiobook is it's narrated by 2 people, and I'm pretty sure one of them is an actress. I can't remember if it's Cate Blanchett or Kate Winslet, one of the famous Kates. And then it's also narrated by the author, and I'm pretty sure it's the author's narration that I don't really care for. It's like, I don't know, it's like hard to listen to. I think it's like hard to understand, which is my biggest issue. I did get tape, I showed you guys that. I was gonna get glue sticks, but I couldn't find glue sticks. And maybe that's just because I never shop at Target, so like I don't know how it's laid out. And maybe I just missed it and I'm dumb. But I couldn't find glue sticks, so I'm just sticking with tape. Sticking with tape? I made a pun.
I've been lost, I've been fine. My cause is not defined. Won't you kiss me? Won't you play? Won't you drive me? Ain't no way I could deny you, I could strive.
I wanted to pop in here really quick before, I still need to film the video, but I just finished listening to the audiobook for Leaving Isn't the Hardest Thing by Lauren Hugh. I mean, I didn't really care for this book. I was just gonna give it a 3-star. Like, it wasn't amazing, it was alright. I don't know, I just wasn't really like super interested, especially the beginning. I wasn't really like, it didn't really catch my attention that much, but like, I mean, it was fine, you know, whatever. I was going to rate it on like Goodreads and Storygraph and like do my reviews and stuff, and I noticed it has one of the lowest ratings I've ever seen. On Storygraph it has a rating of 2.8 stars, and on Goodreads it has an average rating of 2.36. which is low. And so I was like, oh, why does it have these ratings? Like, I mean, like I said, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It was just average to me and kind of forgettable. So like I went and read some reviews. Basically, it looks like the author tweeted some really offensive things about 2 people who left a 4.5 rating. Like 4.5 out of 5 stars. The 2 people who left the 4.5 ratings One person said 4.5 and rounding up, working on a review, and one person said such a good book, I also gave it 4.5 but rounded down, because you know on Goodreads you can't leave 0.5s. And it's like, that's a decent rating, you know, like that's a really good rating actually. And the author tweeted, glad to see most of the Goodreads assholes still giving 4-star reviews to show they're super tough reviewers who need to like fall in love, you know? Anyway, no one likes you. And then tweeted, all the writers scared to even like that tweet. I see you. I will hate them out loud for you. I know they're scary as shit. Effing nerds on a power trip. You forgot to assign homework, mother effers. That is a lot. I am changing my rating to a 2-star because I found this stuff out. Like I said, I didn't really care for it anyway. Like, it was just an average book, you know, whatever. It wasn't anything amazing. So I was gonna give it 3 stars. That's usually, like, if I just feel like lukewarm about a book, I usually just give it 3 stars. But this is really a lot, so I'm gonna lower it to 2 because that actually makes me feel like I'm really offended by that. So, anyway, I wanted to tell you that because I wasn't expecting to see that when I went and gave my review of this book. Hey everyone, a long time no chat. So happy Saturday. I haven't spoken to you since Wednesday or Thursday. I can't remember. But main reason is because, well, yesterday, Friday, I worked from 11 until 8 p.m. So that was a really long work day for me. And on Thursday, I just don't think I got around to it because I was editing, I think. Fun fact, I started and finished An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green on Thursday. Read the entire thing in one day. It was so friggin' good. Oh my goodness. It was so fast paced. There was so much happening. I'm also like really intrigued by books about like aliens. And so like that book was technically that. And so like that was just really exciting for me. And there was just things happening and I'm like, what is going on? There was a part where like there was this big clue and it led them to the song Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen. And I'm like, what? Like, why? That's so random. So it was really good. I really enjoyed the main character, April, and the book ended on a cliffhanger, so I immediately picked up the sequel, which is A Beautifully Foolish Endeavor, I think is what it's called. And I'm not liking the sequel as much. It's not as quick. Oh, my camera's dying. It's slower and it's narrated by more people, which I don't like as much. I don't think I liked the main narrator beforehand, but it's still good. I'm only like 30% done with it, so I've got a long way to go. Super great. But also I'm popping in here to close out the vlog for you, to update you on like the Instagram thing. I still have not been able to sign into it. All of the emails I'm getting from the help center are not helpful, mostly because I think they're automated and nobody's actually reading and seeing what's going on. So I will link down below my new Instagram. I made like a temporary bookstagram hoping that I'd be able to get back into my other one, but it's not looking like that's gonna happen. So it's linked down below. It's the exact same as my current one, but there's an underscore at the end, so I guess go check that out and show it some love. I'm really upset about this, and I will probably spend a lot of time going through and like remaking all of my highlights and possibly a good amount of my posts. Maybe not all of them because there's so many posts on there, but maybe like the most recent ones, just so it looks like an actual bookstagram. I have to peace out because my camera's dying and I need to film a video or two, but thank you all so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a pretty good reading week this week, not gonna lie. I mean, I read like 3 books. If you like this video, make sure you're subscribed down below. Also make sure to check out my social media, like I said, my Instagram, but also I have a Twitter and Goodreads and a Storygraph and all other fun stuff, so links are all down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
All you see is black.